Somewhere at the edge of the Indian Ocean lies a small island, remote enough that it feels like the end of the earth. To get here, you don't just hop on a flight. You endure days of travel, planes, cars, ferries, and by the time you step off, you're wondering if you went too far. So why bother? Because some places are worth the trouble. This is one of them. A place where time slows to the rhythm of the waves, where a single ride can stretch longer than a dream. Where divers and wanderers escape into crystal waters and yoga mats are laid out beneath palm trees instead of neon lights. It's raw, it's untamed, it's heartbreakingly beautiful. Empty beaches that belong only to you. Coral gardens that glow just beneath the surface. Sunsets that burn the horizon into memory. Settle in and let me take you through Indonesia's worst kept secret. Good evening and welcome to Indonesia's worst kept secret. And for those of you where that title goes completely over your head, don't comment where this is. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to it. We know you know what it is. It's not that big a secret, but it is a secret. Anyway, here I am in the middle of the reef. We have the break out there. We have all the cruisers over here. And we have the mainland way, way over there. And you're probably asking yourself, why the heck am I out here as the sun's setting? 3 reasons. Number 1, entertain you. I'm here to entertain you. Number 2, this to me is hands down one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in the world, and the sunsets are so spectacular. I just wanted to open this video out here. And number 3, this is a farm. This is a seaweed farm. As far as you can see, in every direction are plots of seaweed. At low tide, 2 times a day, people come out here and they work their crops just like they would any other crop. The water flows off, taking all the waste, flows back in 10, 12 hours later, brings in more nutrients, and it doesn't matter what time of day. If it's at night, you see them out here with headlamps. And today, it just happens to be at sunset, so let's go check out some harvesting. First off, check out this water. It's so insanely clear. I've never seen anything like it. And there's so many different colored starfish, there's eels, there's sea snakes, there's sea anemones, there's sea urchins, there's so much life. I could spend hours that I probably have just wandering this reef in the morning. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at these rows of crops. And they use a staking system with a rope, and the seaweed grows in rows, just like any other crop. And this will be bone dry in another hour or so. The tide changes so fast. And then when it comes in, this right here will probably be about 8 feet deep, well over my head. It's quite a tidal range. For surfing, it's actually possible to walk out at low tide and walk back in. High tide, you're looking at one heck of a paddle. I wouldn't recommend it. And wow, look how spectacular this is shaping up to be. Probably can't see it, but there's a huge set coming in. We got a guy on it, and we'll get more into the surfing a bit later. It's, wow. It's an absolutely incredible wave, probably easily one of the best waves I've ever surfed in my life. And later in the video, we're gonna show you more of that. I'll give you some tips, some things you need to know before you paddle out there. And I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but there's some things that can make your life easier if you ever find yourself here in this magical secret place. And they have these little lanes that you walk through. But sometimes, I mean, it's like a maze. You get a little confused and you end up in a crop. but no one seems to care. You just step carefully. And I'm very, very fascinated by it. I don't know what the life cycle of seaweed is. I don't know, are they using clippings? Are they seeding it? I don't know how they get the crop started. But what I do know is they are out here working night and day. And here we have a woman up here. Let's go say hi. Hello. And the way the seaweed's harvested, they bring these half barrels, these plastic barrels out, they tow them with a rope, and they fill it with seaweed, and then they bring it to these tables on the shore where it's dried out. Makasi. It's dried out, and then it's sold to China for pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, food products, and it's a new industry. It's only been done here for about 22 years, and very fascinating. In just this one area, the amount of starfish. Crazy. The big, big bumps. And here's the vanilla one. And the sun is setting behind me. And once again, I have perfect timing. I'm almost to the shore. Looks like I will make it there before nightfall. So we're gonna pick this up in the morning. I'll give you a little tour of the town. You'll see the whole vibe like I always do. A tour of the room. We'll talk about the food. We'll talk more about the surf and other things all around this absolutely incredible island. And I will see you in the morning. Good morning. I promise that won't become my new transition. I'm gonna get you a tour of the town in a bit, a tour of the room, the restaurants, we'll go over all that, but right now, it's Tuesday morning. It's the once a week market. And people come from all the different islands, all over this big island, to sell, trade their goods. And I figure we might as well check it out. Good morning.
Morning.
Wow, what a great display of crop here. There's so much to choose from. Good morning. Let's head on in deeper. And during the week, you do see little fruit stands, vegetable stands, but nothing of this magnitude. And I can see if you lived here, this would be a must to come see every week, do your shopping. Good morning, Miss Vicky. How are you? The best breakfast on the island, and we will make sure we go check out her restaurant. It's fantastic. Let's go buy a fish. Yeah, I just want to get this one right here. Okay. Do you have a... Like, how much? This one?
Satu. Change you 50.
50. Perfect.
Mana ini?
Mahi mahi.
Mahi mahi. Makasih.
Karena lu ilaga nalo. Also tak sudah tu tahu dosanya.
All right, that's an absolute steal. $3 for a mahi. Now for something to cook it with. 1 onion, 1 garlic,
1 kilo.
1.
1.
2 potato. Yeah. 2. Dua. 1 chili.
Ini
1. Just 1.
1 saja.
Yeah. On 1 person, 1 day. 1 lime, the green beans, handful.
Irman, kunci sedikit.
Beautiful. Thank you. Put this in the fridge and give you a little tour of the room and the town. But check it out. This is total, the veggies, $1.20. The fish, $3. So under $5. Green beans, potatoes, chili, garlic fish. It's gonna be a good dinner. And you probably noticed there's no helmets on this island. It's not really a choice. I do not think they exist. And this is by far the worst traffic I've seen, being market day. Usually the only thing you have to worry about, dogs and goats and cows and chickens running out in the road. But other than that, it's very chill driving a scooter around here. I just put the fish in the fridge, the veggies in the kitchen, and I'm gonna give you a tour of the room. I thought I'd start out here. You can see I got this lovely goat grazing land behind me. And right up here is where I'm staying. I'm paying $30 a night, which sounds expensive for Indonesia, but it's actually very, very cheap for the island. And I'll give you a tour later, but you're gonna see it is almost exclusively high-end boutique style retreats. And here you get the layout, and it's just these handful of little bungalows on stilts. And mine is right over here. And like I said, $30 a night. And it is by far one of the least expensive accommodations on the island. I have my stuff drying. And my room is a mess, but I figure we're all close enough now, it doesn't really matter. And this is it in all its glory. A bed, a couple shelves, hangers, a mosquito net, which I use at night. There's not a ton of mosquitoes, but you will get that one or two annoying ones if you don't use it. And my window with a view of the ocean, which also serves as my bathroom in the middle of the night. During the day, let me show you what we got. I also have this downstairs area, sitting area, used for surfboards, and you can see the other guests have their boards under theirs. And we come around here. And we have toilets and showers, communal. In case you ever come here, this is what I prefer to call mine. And everything is really nicely decorated, little baskets, tons of shells, nautilus, corals, and here's a shower, obviously. No hot water, but that doesn't bother me. And then we have a nice sink, mirror, looking good. Another sink. And we come through here. This is the main communal area, sitting room, and we have a full kitchen with refrigerators, sink, stove, kettle, and plenty of cookware, dishes, and this is where I will be making my mahi tonight. And here's the traditional hats of the island. Hint. And right over here is what is today my office. Again, $30 a night. It's quiet, it's well located, it's all I need, but you will see there are some very, very nice places and we'll get a tour of that in a bit. Good morning from the secret island where all of your surfing fantasies come true. Right now, I'm gonna give you a tour of the town, give you the layout, give you the vibe. It's not gonna take long. It really is a sleepy little place. This is my favorite restaurant on the island. It's close to where I'm staying and very inexpensive. It's a Padang style cafeteria, local foods. It's so good and it's so cheap. I haven't had a plate cost over $3, but let's head on down. And the traffic here does remain pretty light throughout the whole day. And what's really nice is there's no semis like you'll see on Bali or in Java, just clogging up the roads. I say that, and here's the biggest truck you'll see. This would be the largest grocery store. It's a lot of canned, packaged foods. I have to remember to buy coffee. They also sell building supplies. A nice combination. We have a lot of guys heading that way for surf. There's actually amazing breaks all over this island. It's known for the one main one, but dozens and dozens, and that's just on this island. If you go out to any of the outer islands, the smaller ones, those are loaded with waves. There are so many surfing options, it's ridiculous. A massive church, and they're all over the island. It's predominantly Christian here, thanks to the Portuguese missionaries centuries ago, and also the influence from Kupang, the Dutch settlement. It's yeah, there's a lot of big churches all over the island. Just made the turn, whoa, scared me. I just made the turn towards the beach, and we'll head on up and we'll check out the taxi stand, the water taxis. These guys do a rotating shift throughout the day. They take you out to the break. It's 75,000 rupiah, so it's about $4.50 for a round trip. And over here's the taxi stand. Morning, guys. You come here, there'll be a boat waiting, or you just go up to one of these guys over here, and they'll take you out to the break. Now, I'm gonna take you down this way. It's where the bulk of the resorts are, but they're all over the island. And they're very, very nice. Pools, yoga classes, air-conditioned bungalows, hot water. I think I will be moving into one of them in the next day or so. Treat myself right for my final days here in this wonderful place. I deserve it. Here is one of the nicer bungalow areas with the rooms back there, a pool, a little bar overlooking the beach, coming across another resort. And most of them provide the meals. It's all-inclusive. And you can see it's a nice pool. Really, really lovely places. In this area, on all these tables, this is where they dry the seaweed. And check out these colors. Greens, purples, really cool. And I did find out they don't harvest the whole, I don't know, plot of the whole seaweed. They just take clippings off of it. There we have a really nice set rolling in. And one of the great things about this wave is that it breaks on all tides. So you get a rush in the morning, regardless of the tide, and then about 9 o'clock, the crowd starts clearing out and just switching on and off. And I've been out there with a dozen guys, and it's just really a chilled lineup. There's no local Indonesians that I've seen out there surfing. It's all Aussies on vacation and the locals that live here. And right here is where I plan to move to, Villa Santai. Absolutely gorgeous property, pool. The rooms are spacious with sitting areas, private porches, AC, hot water. Yeah, I'm looking forward to moving in here. The most reliable Wi-Fi I found on the island. And I see the owner, Dino, right up here. Local legend, Dino.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Now, the absolute best part about staying there is Dino has lived on the island for over 30 years. He knows every single wave on every single island. He's surfed them all. He knows the winds, the tides, the swell direction, when they all work. So if you come here, and the wind's not right for this wave, if the swell direction's wrong, your trip won't be ruined. He'll tell you where to go. He'll put you on some surf. And that bar, that used to be the old boys club back in the day. They still go there every evening. These are the guys that have been surfing here 10, 20, 30 years. And you go there, you hang out with them, great group of guys. It's a fun time. Plus it makes you a familiar face in the lineup. Those are all the guys that are gonna be sitting right there on the peak. Back to the goat orchard. And the plan was to go for a surf, but Dino just invited me to join in on an island tour he's giving today. He's gonna show us all the breaks around the island. We're gonna go to a village that has a still and try Sopi for the first time. Moonshine, Indonesian moonshine. And then there's a bay that's supposed to be one of the most beautiful on the island. We're gonna check that out. So yeah, I'm not gonna pass up this opportunity. The surf can wait.
The northern end of it, when we get west wind or southwest wind, best right-hander in this whole region.
Really?
It's amazing. But you've got to get it bang on the right tide. When it's 3 foot at it'll be 5 to 6 foot there.
Okay, right.
You've got to get it again on the right word tide again.
Yeah.
It never ends. There's always different tides, and it's so critical.
We're gonna go drink some moonshine. Nice to meet you.
Tidak pakai baju lagi.
Look at this. That's legit. So it's fermenting in there. Indonesian still. So that's the type of palm? Lontar.
Baru keluar jadi sopi. So the steam. So this is a fire in here.
Yeah.
So he puts the roots and the liquid in
Tapi ini
there.
harus tidak masak juga karena terendam ulang lagi.
Belum siap, yeah. And then it goes through here and heats. And then through this pipe here creates steam. And if you look in there, they call that a buck.
Okay.
Buck's a facility to hold water. See that? Yeah. And then when it passes through the water, it cools the steam. Yeah. So
Right.
the vapor then creates liquid. As a moonshine still. Yeah. Exactly the same system.
Cancun?
Kangkung.
That's sawi. There with
Sawi.
little bok choy in our language.
Yeah.
Jagung.
Then you got string beans, snake beans,
Cucumbers?
cucumbers.
And lots of tobacco.
Onions.
No, this is my dream place right here. Be an old man, mess around in my garden every day. I would love that. Yeah, surfing, nice garden. I feel my destiny unfolding before me.
Makan.
Oh, makan.
Ini
It's food.
tembakau rote.
Oh. Come up here. And it's the one well for the village. Check it out. Easy, buddy. Wow, check that water out. Very clear. Bye, thank you.
That's called Sopi Kapala. That's the first tap off. All right.
Yeah.
Ini berapa banyak persen alcohol? 80.
Ya.
It's about 80% proof. It's like grappa.
Oh, that's just as. Whew.
Now that one, see the difference in colour?
Yeah.
Okay, now that one you can set on fire.
Yeah.
The alcohol content is so high.
through twice.
Yes.
Okay.
And this one is what we normally consume, and it's number 2.
Yeah.
All right, and it's actually quite sweet. Pass it over to Ian. Now, have a little taste of that one.
It's not terrible. It's not bad. Not.
It'll get warm.
Oh, there it goes.
Try this one.
Nah, kita liburan. Lontar.
Clean out the inside.
Lontar.
That's not bad. When it's pumping, video on a reef, I'm gonna close it on a reef. And it's a different one. Behind me is a right, and it's having a bit of an off day, but it still looks like a lot of fun. It's not as popular as the main left, but people still come from all over the world just to surf this wave. It's truly world class on its day. And you used to be able to park right up there, walk on out and have your surf. But now you come from way down on that point and you hike in because of this resort. But hiking in is actually, you're lucky because they didn't just buy this land, they also tried to buy the wave. And luckily in court they failed. The locals were able to prove that they used this beach, that they used this reef, and they lost. On the island of Sumba, they weren't as lucky. This same corporation bought Aki's Left. And now, if you want to surf it, it's $1,000 a day. And as I mentioned, there's dozens of waves on this island. There's dozens of waves on all the surrounding islands. And if you have a government that's willing to dice it up and sell these waves for profit, I think leaving them unridden is a pretty bad strategy. Now, I didn't say the name of this island. I didn't name any of these breaks. But I sincerely hope you do your homework. I hope you find it, and I hope you come here, and I hope you ride all these waves. I also hope you spend money in local businesses. I hope you stay at hotels where they still believe that the ocean is free for everyone to use. And this gives them the resources, the money they need to continue to defend these waves on your behalf. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's going to be more adventure to come. Ciao.